like like How long has it been since the last stream? Oh man, I might be able to give you an actual date. See. Uh, actually, not giving me an actual date, but it's giving me the years, which is pretty ridiculous to begin. Let's say 8 years. 8 years and change, I guess. 4 years? No, in a minute. Doesn't it feels like it's been like a few months, but it's been 8 years, dude. Holy shit. Making a comeback? Well, I don't know, man. I'll try and stream every now and then, and I will add more to it. But able to stream some of this stuff that I'm working on now, so that's why I decided to, I guess, refresh a whole bunch of things that I had completely forgotten in the last 8 years, and all the new updates for everything for my stream. Right, like all my OBS stuff is pretty much obsolete that I used to have set up, so I had to reset it all up. That took a few hours. Now, dude, 8 years? Come on, man. 8 years though? How's the resolution, guys? What's the highest resolution you guys are grabbing on Twitch? Hey, do you think he's talking about old man? Oh, thanks, Red Forest. Appreciate it, man. Been crazy busy. Always, non-stop. That restream window up. Uh, letting me keep it. Oh, Yuri, what's up, man? Old timers, plugging on. I know I'm on really, really late, but I've been staying up till I think 5, 6 in the morning for the past month or so, crunching away on this new Fortnite island experience that we're creating. We're actually working on two complete islands with unique gameplay and unique everything at the same time. And we have planned already four complete kind of experiences and events that we're putting together. So this is the one that we can show right now. So I'm gonna, while I'm working on this for the next month and a half or so, I'll try and show as much as possible whenever I'm streaming. LA Night, what's up, man? Yeah, I know. Trying to figure out how long it's been since the last stream, and it's around 8 years. Believe it or not, 8 years, you guys. Fuck. Uh, I was measuring distance between parking lots and this guy here. Measuring everything a little bit larger than regular size because gameplay and Fortnite movement and all that to be exaggerated a little bit. Room to jump around and slide and dive and all the crazy shit. And we hit it pretty dead on there. Let's grab the perfect sucker. Yeah, Yuri. I started looking into well, I guess it's called creative for Fortnite, but yeah, it's workshop. It's kind of neat because for the past, good lord, 5 years, I guess, maybe longer. Yeah, actually longer than that. I mean, I already back at Lucas, I was already using Unreal Engine, right? Because we're using it for our last project there before it got sold by George to Disney. So we were using already Unreal Engine 4, I think, at the time. So I learned Unreal. Well, I learned Unreal back in 2001 when I first used it at Digital Extremes. But then I actually, had to use it after we used the internal engine at Lucas. We then switched over to Unreal Engine 4, and I learned that all the new stuff there. And then I did all the Dota things for about 6 years. And then after that, I picked up Unreal again on 4.8, or I don't know what was that, maybe 5 at that point. And for the last 5.5 years or so, I've been using it, and we started creating our own game. Me and Peter, my partner, that was with us for the Dota 2 stuff as well, if you guys remember. So for those 4.5 years into 5 years maybe ish, we've been working on our own game. It's called Helios 9, and I also had another job with Modrocker, which we're still doing that at the same time. And we are actually shelving our game for a little bit so that we can make some experiences for Fortnite. So we're going to be working on about 4 experience islands, crunching on like crazy to get them out as soon as possible. And the neat thing about creative, or using Unreal Engine creative for Fortnite, is that it's pretty much just like a nerfed version of Unreal Engine 5.5, which we've been using and we've learned and we know inside out at this point because we're making our own game with it. So jumping onto creative with all that knowledge has been, well, kind of frustrating and a blessing at the same time, because you're missing out on a lot of stuff that we are used to using, like the high-end stuff on 5.5, and trying to do all the things we want to do in creative is kind of very difficult just with verse, which is coding language that they use instead of blueprints, and it's actual like coding. So poor Peter has been learning all the verse stuff, and I'm trying, while we try to figure out how we can make all the cool gameplay that we want to create at the same time without using blueprints. It's a big nerf. I know, LA feels like 2014. Yeah. Yeah, man. A lot of Dota stuff. 6 years of that. Oh, thank you. I know, I haven't played Dota in, good lord, dude. I can't even tell you. Yeah, I never got up into Fortnite myself either. You know, I mean, when we're working on Dota, I would play like actual Dota for recreation, but I would pick up and play all the games and watch all the games and everything for research and just to be, you know, attached to the game industry and know exactly what all the games are coming out and what they're doing and everything, right? So it's um, always keeping on top of things that way. Thank you, Yuri. Appreciate it, man. I'll try to jump on as much as I can. But yeah, we've been crunching till 6 a.m. every single day for about a month here, trying to get this thing done. I've been building this mall here. You can see, and let me put on the pretty graphics. So our first little experience event that we're putting together. So we're kind of making our own little IP inside of Fortnite, and it's called. Actually, let me have it over here. It'll be unhidden over here. Yeah. So forgive the the crappiness in it. It's brought in at really low resolution, and I was just messing around. This is the first concept I did for the logo. So it's called Sunbite, the overall arching theme of our IP that we're putting together. And underneath the umbrella of Sunbite, we're gonna be putting out multiple experiences or islands, as they call them in Fortnite, that will take place in different places, but all of them underneath the umbrella of Sunbite. So obviously all of them are gonna have zombies, but it'll be in completely different scenarios. So this one, for example, is taking place in an overrun mall in the apocalypse, and then we have some other crazy ideas that I'll share later down the line. That's where we're headed. So you might see some zombies over here. I'll show you guys later a little bit of the gameplay. But here you see some of our zombies. You'll notice he's in a space suit, and that's because we actually started in a different experience before we jumped onto this one. So that kind of gives away, you know, one of the other experiences. But yeah, going out to space in another island later. Change your name, Avagirl. I remember Avagirl. Yeah, yeah. Actually, remember that nickname. But yeah, just 8 years ago. It's crazy. Well, we almost made it. 2 years short. You still have your other name. So, probably the first thing you're gonna notice here is that we are running a very unique look on top of Fortnite and Unreal Engine for Fortnite, UEFN. So we're actually doing a little bit of a retro pixelated post-process effect that I put together. So I don't know if you guys can see that too well on the stream. Oh, the screen is kind of small. Let me see. Oh, there you go. So everything has a really nice toon line effect, as well as a pixelated look throughout the entire thing. And it really kind of, I feel, is going to set us apart from everything else that's out there. It actually plays really well. And it just looks really cool. I've been doing like, you know, so many UE5 graphics for the last 4 years and a half. So doing this pixelated look and making all the assets work with it has been really, really cool. I still use Softimage, believe it or not. I don't get to model as much these days because the past the jobs that I've had in the past, well, I guess 5 years, 5 6 years. I've been creative director and art director, so whenever I need to, I jump in there into, you know, the middle of all the work, and I help out and I do a lot of the artwork. But I've been doing mostly art directing and creative direction, designing games and stuff for and engine test demos for Modrocker, the company that I've been working with. And for the other companies, I've been doing art direction for contracts here and there. A lot more design and concepting and team management and all those things. So you see here we're gonna have some Marines that have taken over the mall, and you will be attacking the mall as you skydive in with your team or solos, and try to take, and you'll be able to take over the mall. And we actually have, what is it? We have 3 different I guess, well, so we're working on 4 experiences, but each one we're actually breaking up into multiple experiences. So this one's actually gonna have 3 different islands, and the first one's gonna be survival. So you're gonna be surviving solo and be the last man standing, or we're gonna do teams. I'm not sure how many members per team we're gonna be making, but you'll have those options on matchmaking. So you're going to be able to jump in here and go with your team. So I don't know if we'll do 3s or 4s or 5s. I haven't really looked into all the different options that Fortnite can do yet, but I know that we can do teams and solos. So we'll start there. Oh yeah, put over there. So yeah, I've been kind of crunching like crazy trying to get this mall put together, and every area of it is uniquely built. Wall, by debris, by acid, by, oh god. Crazy month putting this thing. So right now, I'm kind of just jumping all over the place, but the mall is divided into, I guess, each side that it has, and then on the inside it's got 2 levels and 4 main corners, and underground, and we even have all the outskirts. And I started to build out with an ocean and debris, and I have to fill it in and make it look all nice, but I'm kind of like just doing the big areas first and making sure that all the spacing is kind of set up. Started doing a swamp over here as well, an entrance into a secret place, and then we have a whole bunch of gameplay devices that are scattered all over the place, so you'll see them like with weird colors all over the place here. These are spawners, the AI bot guards, they call them in Fortnite, but they're basically the AI enemies that will be holding the mall until you go in there and try and take it from them. Then we have a bunch of gameplay devices, so you see all these weird little boxes, bumpers. Anything that looks really weird out of place is going to be something to do with the device. So them when I go into game mode, they disappear, and then rendering mode, we get nice post-process and fog and emitters, lighting, lumen, fog. Over here, I'm just trying to finish putting together some of the road. I'm not using terrain to save memory because each island has to be. They give you really, really little memory because it needs to run on mobile and all these things, right? So we're actually using all the tricks we've learned in Unreal for the past like 5 years or so, and we are able to actually make something that really, really will stand out from all the stuff that you've seen in Fortnite from other maps. I think that's the aim, anyways. We'll see if we hit the bar. Pretty good. All right, let's build some stuff. Here, these guys are built in 4s. I need to actually put these guys underneath and fake it so that they don't fight. See space. Don't fight each other in C space. We'll lower them 0.5 underneath the other guys. Close to. Gonna be see that little flickering? That's them C fighting each other. So what I'm gonna do? Lower those guys. They are under. Some of them are already kind of on different C's. But group them. Okay. They're not actually. Those guys back. Put that number that we pasted. .9. See, you can't even tell that's like a little bit lower, so they don't see fight. But now we have this joint section over here working properly. Right, for corner. I know it's not as exciting as ZBrush, but you know, once we put it together, it'll look all beautiful. Oh, thanks, Eli. Yeah, the haze. So here's the really tricky part with the fog and haze and all that stuff. In Unreal Engine 5.5, I have a multitude of things that I can do with fog and haze and full control over the atmosphere and how it looks when you're far away from it, because we're doing a sci-fi game, right? So we have, you know, we went to outer space and all these things. So I've learned how to make fog from very, really far distances, because we have spaceships and you can fly around them and all these things. So bring all that, all that information that I learned from there, and then having this nerd version of the atmosphere that you get to work with in here, I was able to know which parts to try and kind of hack a little bit to make them work properly and make them look as best as possible. So that was fantastic information to bring across. So in here, what you get to work with is called, everything's kind of like called a device in Fortnite Creative. So they have this thing called, where is it? It's a day sequence device, and it looks like this little, it's like a little hat with the moon and the sun, and that device has all a very small amount of concise information from the actual stuff that you would get on Unreal Engine 5.5. So under the regular UE engine, you would get like windows and windows and windows of different things. You know, they're all separated into the fog, the exponential height fog, the atmosphere, the actual sunlight, like 4 other things together. This one kind of puts them all together into one, so it's a lot more simple and a lot easier for, you know, like, you know, kids essentially is what they're really aiming for all the Fortnite creators. You know, try, you know, get, that's the biggest age group, right? Obviously it's for everybody, but you know, they wanted to make it a lot easier for people to get into it and learn it, so they kind of made everything a lot smaller and easier. And because of that, I actually lost a lot of access into controlling everything uniquely. So in here, I have to try and fake something somewhere else to get the setting that I want, and some of the things I just don't have access to, so I have to fake it with cards or, you know, all these other, you know, tricks to make the level look as good as possible. But in a shell, that's kind of all the haze and fog and sunlight and time of day is all stuck in one single thing in here with a lot less options. But you know what you're doing, you can still make it look pretty good. As you fly up, usually you would see this actually kind of not look as great, but I've made 2 devices of those that go in and out, fade in and out, and then also a post process that changes the color and lights as you go up. So I tried to match the lighting from here. It would go white, and all the fog would change color, because when you go into the fog that's by the ground, it's just completely different. And that's because I don't have access into all those different unique devices. So I hacked the hell out of it with post processes and 2 different devices to keep the colors looking the same as you go up. You see them change a little bit, but if I didn't have those things in there, it would be pretty ugly. So, what we need. Just let me know if the music is too loud or you guys can't even hear it or whatever. The old space transmissions that we used to listen to back in the day. I don't know if you guys remember. Oh man, it's been so long. Populate. try to grab some assets that are far away from each other, which I already kind of customized and made different by adding some branches from other ones and pasting them and reusing assets as much as possible to keep the memory down. But then keep them away from each other, then and rotating them and all these things, you won't be able to tell. Not at all. Our custom devices, we're actually working on these barricades so that they can be destructible by the zombies, and the team that controls them all can actually repair them with a resource that we're adding to the game. So if you go grab some resources, you can go and repair or rebuild the barricades. And we're planning on having 3 different damage states for it. And then we'll add some special effects when they change states, when you damage them, and all that fun stuff. We'll have really cool interaction for it. Have these guys grouped together. Proper side. Increase mine. Snap it with. Perfectly. Probably gonna duplicate this street just to check our guys. Actually pretty good. Yeah, I'm not about that. We'll keep that as a placeholder. I'll delete it later. You'll see floating stuff that's not supposed to be all over the place because that's how I work. You know, I kind of like grab something. It's like, oh, I'll grab this later. I'll make a little mental note and then I'll go in and grab it. Like you see all these little stairs and things in here because I know exactly where I'm gonna like use them and build a room out of them later on. See out in here, there's gonna be a lot of missing rooms. I haven't really worked on the upstairs yet. I'm still working on all the downstairs room. I have a destruction little thing that caved into the ground here. I started doing some special effects. Over here we have a little garage with some place to. I need to rebuild this whole. A little restaurant over here. How easy look. Oh, up to my light here. Dark. And then start adding some debris. Really brings the things together. The most complete area so far is the theater. I did a good lighting pass on it, and a lot of broken down and garbage all over the place. Probably the area that's the most complete. Obviously you can tell how much nicer it looks than all the other places. You can see where our quality bar is gonna hit once we get through all the rest of the mall. It's gonna take a minute. Take a minute. So right now the idea is, I guess, have to build the rest of the parking lots. Obviously I just need to build one side, then flip it over and paste it on this other side. And then for the back, I can probably mimic part of the front, but I'll make it half size on the back. Because we have a smaller lot in the back with this broken highway and all. What's up, Digitalist? How you doing, man? Welcome back. 8 years later, we opened up the old stream. It's a little dusty. A little dusty and a little bit more white hair on the old beard. Let's kill some of these. Going. Like to tip them a little. Rotate them, scale them. They look just different enough, and we save a lot of memory. Do I look more like Gandalf? Gandalf the White? Yeah, Gandalf the White is right, man. Got more wrinkles on my face, got more white hair on the beard. It rolls downhill, what can I tell you? But you know what? Definitely have learned a lot more. So yeah, you can say a little wiser too. So not all bad. Little Waffle House going over here. Fair. Have to do the back room for it. Try doing a little pizza spot down here. Oh, you know what? I have pizza boxes somewhere. Where did I put the pizza boxes? I put those pizza boxes. A big ass map. Oh, there's two places where I played them. That's right. Okay, so one I put in this placeholder spawn area where we have the players spawn, but I moved the spawn area, but I moved all these little boxes that I was gonna have here. Did have the pizza over here, I thought. Ha! Control C that. And Control V it. The paste here. The paste here never puts it where your mouse is, but at least it puts it somewhere on the screen, so you have to drag it all the way over from God knows where. A little shortcut. It's not on default on the on the engine, so you have to go into the custom things and actually set up your control. Well, I set it to Control Alt V. Nice and easy. And check this out. So all these are put together, so it's just 2 items, right? But if you want to get clever and save memory, because you want to instance as much as possible, pretty much everything. You want to, you have one unique thing that you're using in your map. That's bad form. You don't want to do that, right? Unless it's like a centerpiece, right? Like, for example, we're gonna have a helicopter fly down, right? So that's a centerpiece model, unique model. So that's fine if you have one of those. And also, it's not there all the time. It's gonna stream in, so that's okay. But this is what you do, right? Hide the other pieces you want to use out of the same piece, reuse it, scale it, rotate it, flip it and reverse it, and save as much memory as possible everywhere. So see, now we have an empty box right here that we just can start pasting as a singles. Clever. And over here the ground's a little bit higher, so we up a bit. Now these boxes, we don't want them to affect our zombies that are running around because they're really finicky. So we also can make them damageable. Always take off propagate bounce because you don't want it to, once it gets hit, you don't want it to bounce the next things across from the other one. Other setting for Fortnite works. Okay, can never affect navigation. We take that off. Our zombies don't get all freaked out by that tiny little box on the floor. And these are 2 boxes. We're gonna make them damageable. Right off the bat, I took damage of everything because on our experiences for Fortnite, we don't want people jumping in and playing and be able to destroy all the walls like you do in Fortnite. We're doing a little bit more tactical and realistic. Not totally like ballistic. Like their ballistic's what they call kind of like their Counter-Strike, their first-person version of Fortnite. So we're kind of in between there where you're still third person, but we're not gonna have like this super crazy weapons and destroying all the walls we're building and stuff like that. We're doing our own custom experience altogether. Almost our own little full game every time we put a new island out. Nips, hey man. Thank you so much, man. Welcome back. Am I still doing the Dota workshop? I haven't done the Dota workshop in a very, very long time. In many, many years. I have not. Yeah, all these walls are all funky. I haven't worked on the pizza spot too much. don't think I even have a light in here. Guess I'll do a quick light in there. This is my custom light that I set together. And I duplicate it since it's already kind of nicely up for the other guy. And in this particular sense, we actually have a fan here. So, trying to remember if I have a circular light anywhere. And I remember using it, but then I think I deleted it. It might have been in one of our other experiences. Let me think. Maybe in the theater they always put on the sides. We ungroup this guy and then just come. I lost him bound. Not I can always come back and do a proper round light. Now the fan is kind of really small. Having a round light might not be a good enough light source for it. We can leave it here as a placeholder for now. Oh, that's not even the right light. Oh, did I? Oh, I forgot I thought it was a different light. This is one of my little floor lights that I cheated and I made one for the other one. Okay, that's not the right light that I thought. I was gonna rotate and be flat. You know what? Let's just find one. Gonna look through our browser. Digital, that's right. The Fortnite Workshop. Called Fortnite Creative in their language now, so. But yeah, pretty much. Little circle. With that tiny little texture. The search needs some work and some better tags, but you can usually find something to use. Clever enough. Palm tree lighting. So these probably have. So these are kind of like weird little blueprints that they call props in Fortnite. Because see, this one already has that light attached to it, and it's really blowing out. But the problem with some of these props that already have stuff attached to them is that UEFN, Fortnite Creative, the engine, they block a lot of things that you would be able to customize usually in UE5. And I like to customize my stuff, every single thing I like to customize myself. But in here, you know, they're like, oh, here's a light, it's already got a light in it, you know, and mess with it. But they restrict a lot of the settings. Even though they're in here, you try to switch it, it'll reset it back to the thing so you don't use it. Because a lot of the things, you know, are kind of complicated, and for new people, they probably mess it up and really make the engine really heavy, and it becomes a terrible experience for players. So that's why they tend to block a lot of the features, which you know. So here, for example, if I wanted to make this light have like a volumetric light cone on it, you go to the volumetric here and you set like a super high one, and see, actually this one allows me to do it. So let's this one and see if I can work with it. If not, I can always just turn it off and do my own light on top. Try and keep this one. And usually you see this cone is usually really small, so what I like to do with my lights is put it behind the light, kind of like this, so my cone actually. And if they don't block this option, you want to take off the shadow so that the light goes through the asset and you actually get the light working. Otherwise, it wouldn't work at all. So see, now it looks proper, and we cheated the hell out of it, and it's fantastic. Also, actually purple? No, okay, some random thing they're using. Oh, I see what. Let's replace this light. The yellow one, like a purple light in it. No, I'm still using a purple. temperature. Wait, Fu, what's up, bud? Welcome back. The Gruber, welcome back, man. Good to see you guys. Oh man, all these names. Remember you guys. This is like weird loud. What's going on? And the light. Oh, so it's got a emissive texture that I cannot mess with on here. Let me see if there's a default one that doesn't have a purple material on it. Otherwise, I'm going to use another light. Not letting me edit the actual like light, like the texture for where the light is. It's got this purple material on it. You see it right here. Yeah, I can't even open this because it's locked away. That's the problem with some of this stuff. I would usually just edit the crap out of it myself in all the nodes, in the mean guts of the actual material for it, and edit and make one myself, but that's locked away. So, oh, all of these. Yeah, see, even the thumbnails are lying to me. They're outdated. Yeah, okay, we're gonna have to use it. Purple. Sure. I'm planning on streaming more daily. I would love to. I think in the next month and a half that I'm going to be crunching away on this mall thing, I can stream a lot more. And then it really depends on my day and what I'm working with, and what, you know, if I'm doing a lot of design work, or, you know, having to do some, like, my other job, you know, some of that stuff I can't stream. So it comes down to how successful our stuff becomes with this Fortnite stuff. And then also we're gonna continue working on our full game that we've been working on the last 4.5 years that we put on hold while we work on this Fortnite experiences for a little bit. But yeah, I would love to stream more for you guys. I don't know why a light came up with all these walls. I guess a light wall, or like the light gray for a light source. There's also 10 years of assets here for Fortnite. There's definitely something we can find, I'm sure. Now, if I don't find one, this. Oh, looky. Yeah, that will do. Use that. I'd even scale up the fan just to make it work. Can I get the actual? Yeah, see, I can copy the location of the fan and paste it into my light, so it's perfectly in the center of it. Then I'm gonna squash it, make it look like it's supposed to be, you know, kind of like hanging on the bottom. The little string's gonna be hanging through it, but I mean, come on, guys. Good break. Let it go. Fine. Let it go. Let's have a light. There's less light on it. Why is the light offset on it? Oh, they're probably using it on a wall. And for it to work on a wall, they offset it so that the light ray that's hitting the wall ends up being in the right position. So that's probably why it's offset. But, well, we're gonna fix that. I know all their tricks. Once we finish all this Fortnite stuff, or get farther into it, and we have a bunch of islands released and public, I'll be able to show you guys a little bit of our game that we've been working on for the last 4.5 years in Unreal Engine 5. Pretty cool. The lumens, stuff, so we can number. How far we're pushing this. Nips, what's up, buddy? Welcome back as well. Oh man, a lot of old school regulars jumping in. How do you guys kept us unfollowed even though we were gone for 8 years? Holy shit. One thing I don't like is that the texture, I have no access into up like I usually would make a customized material that I can change by instancing it and have an actual the numbers exposed so I can make the emissive stronger or lighter to my heart's content. But this one doesn't allow me to do that, so I might have to bring in one of my little cheat codes. Duplicate it, ignore how bright it is right now. Go to custom stuff that I've been building here. Thanks for believing, man. Appreciate it. Holding tight those 8 years. What the fuck is shit happened, man? Oh my god, waifu, the fucking barnacles. We put those on everything on that boat. We put them on the boat too for, what was it? On gyro, right? On gyrocopter? Crazy. I can't believe that never got into the game, man. Oh my god. I don't want to talk about it. Hold up. I had a saved folder with my materials. Where did they go? Cats. Yeah, why is that not a favorite anymore? Do it again. Did you reset my favorites or something? There it is. This. You know what? I could probably just do a cylinder instead of reuse piston. That's part. Put the light on it. I don't know if it's gonna. Let this see. It. Oh, yeah. Little too. Anyways, at least we have that going for it, and then make sure it's got no cast shadow. Make sure there's no light hitting it, so we make it as cheap as possible with all this super secret settings. That I can go into them if you guys are interested, but I don't think you guys are doing anything in Fortnite right now. But if you have any questions about any of those things that I'm doing quickly, just ask me. I'll let you know why I'm doing all those. Flying through a lot of these settings that I've just memorized. Alright. That. You know what? Here, let's move it out of the way. Actual light that we want to mess with. Better, alright. Get them away, man. I'll answer as many as I can. So cast shadows are usually one of the most expensive things in Unreal Engine. So you want to be really clever where you use them, and not too many of them in the same area at the same time, because you end up with, you know, little white areas. So if you see, this is really nice, blues, greens. We love blue and green. That's great. This is optimized lighting. Start getting into the purples and magnetas and fuchsias, and then white. White is really bad. You don't want a lot of white unless it's like a centerpiece or something very unique. We try to not have a lot of white anywhere in your map with lighting. You can see some orange because you know a lot of them are overlapping. Usually happens when you have a couple of floors and you make something look as nice this over here. End up with a little bit of overlap, but if you're clever about it, it still runs really, really nice. Lighting right the angle a lot further. We can get away with having the light even higher inside of the fan. That'd work. A lot of balanced light. Indirect lighting intensity increases the lighting quite a bit. It's using lumens, so it's doing a fake GI, optimized GI, if you will, with Unreal Engine. Fantastic. Really, really nice for lighting. But if someone's playing in mobile, they're most likely not going to have that, so you don't want to just rely on balanced light with Lumen GI. So you have to just use it as a nice little cherry on top and redo the lighting properly otherwise. Light. I'm worried about this. Yeah, probably don't want shadows. We gotta be careful about how far it actually pushes away from the room itself. So this makes it. You want it to spill into the other room, right? But you want it to bounce around and be strong enough inside of this room. So it becomes a really interesting little dance. Balancing all those things. See, that's why I moved. We're not using. Broken down mall. Oh my. Good for now. Outside. Oh, schnips. Yeah, actually, back then we are crunching like crazy all the time too, trying to finish all the Dota sets. So I was up, yeah, probably, I mean, not till 6 in the morning that I've been doing this past month, but we used to get up, you know, we used to work pretty damn late back then. Oh man, that Timber didn't get into Dota either, dude. Unbelievable, didn't get in. That's just ridiculous. That was such a cool set. Trying to get into the industry. So tell us, give us an update, Digilus. Did you fare out, man? God damn parking lot on this. All right, dude, you made it. That's awesome, dude. Really happy for you. Very nice. Outsourced company. Masters for COD games and a really cool VR title. Dude, that's amazing. Congrats. I know how difficult and how much competition there is for, you know, you youngsters trying to just get your foot into the industry. So that's incredible, dude. Congratulations. Ah, the PSVR. Very nice. Did did the title come out for the PlayStation one or unannounced? And I didn't think this area will grew very well. Oh, I guess continue. It's a little bit of a break here, wouldn't it? I know it's Fortnite. I'm totally overthinking it, but you know it's gotta. Everything else is so well thought out over here. I can't just half-ass it over here, right? Maybe quarter-ass it. Yes, PlayStation VR. It was Blood and Truth. Blood and Truth. All right, hold up. Gotta look that up. PS5, Blood and Truth. See, there's a video. Launch gameplay trailer. Alright, hold on. Oh, so then I gotta capture my screen. Maybe I can put it on this. I haven't set up my stream to be proper like before, so apologies. I can make a new window. Yeah, window. YouTube's. Work. Hmm. Digitalist, man, that's there's so many people are getting hit with that. It's studio, like every studio has had so many layoffs, and it really comes down to all the shitty decisions that studios have been making on the titles that they put out and playing it safe and everything's a sequel and everything's a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy, and you know playing it safe for this long of you know this is the shit that happens. Hate that. Sorry, man. Yeah, best thing you could do, man. Use the time and get better. Get you know work on the portfolio, learn new stuff. I'm always learning myself. In all these years, I'm still learning. Some cool shit together. Update the portfolio, man. Yeah, man. Do it. Oh right. Trying to hit the window, but I don't know what's wrong with it. Adam Quint, Missile 59. What's up, guys? Well, thank you for the follow. Are the alerts working on the stream? I didn't even notice. Hmm. The I had to let me test one out. Hello. Huh. I bet Streamlabs probably wants me to pay a monthly fee to use my custom notifications. I would not be surprised by that. Not even a bit. That's probably what. I'll take a look at that later. Really weird. Letting me putting on the main screen. Hmm. Yeah, of course. I mean, I have the trailer open. I just wanted to put it on the screen so we can watch it together. But I don't know why OBS is not. I have it set up properly. Not letting me. Your audio. Will work. Wow, they're all kind of. Hmm. You know what it is? I think because I'm live, the OBS took away the option of messing around with your. Yeah, I bet you that's what it is. It's not letting me update and do new stuff on the fly. Okay, watch the trailer on my own. You guys might be able to hear it.
Your operation. He's not gonna start an all-out war. He's not big enough.
A lot of truth. I'll describe it to you guys. Okay, no, I'm just joking.
You're just gonna walk in there.
Did you try to unfollow and follow? You can scratch the DJ. That's funny. Hey man, this looks proper. The floating hands I never get with VR. I don't know what.
We need to push back hard or we're finished.
But yeah, man, the world and the characters and everything for VR, man, the quality is outstanding, dude. 2019. 2019. It. Tough, man. Digitalist, remind me of your ArtStation next time I stream, so I can put it on the screen and we can look at it together, okay? OBS not letting me update the sources and everything right now. Something new they did, I guess. The last 8 years. There's oh dude, I opened it up and I was like, okay, how do I put like I had to rebuild the whole screen for OBS, right? You see the new graphics there at the bottom and everything. I was like, how the hell do I put my chat back? Like, dude, I had to research everything again. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. I felt so stupid. But yeah, I bet you Streamlabs wants me to give them like $5, something stupid a month, so I can play my notifications with my little graphics that I used to have on here. Man, even restreaming on multiple places, like in more than 2, they want you to pay a monthly fee. Everything's a subscription now. Everything. Ridiculous. Oh my god, these are all separate. Okay, I'm not gonna group those right now. I'll leave them there. Okay. Okay. What do we do here? Turns here. You know, I think we could just do like little islands so that cars know that there's an island there. Yeah, yeah. Let's pick up these guys. Oh! Hey, the alerts are working! Look at that! Snoops! Dude, I missed our bacon pancake song. That's amazing. Dude, that brings me back. It really does. If this is for an island. Let's group that. Let's measure it. What do we need to do? Maybe I skin it up. Because it just has a little cap, you know? How would that look? Just the parking spots kind of hanging out. Maybe put some greenery on top of that, right? That for... So then this guy's become parking spots and the other side becomes parking spots. And then we just put ones across this side over here. No, it needs to be... I think... Sub hype. 8 years in the making. Thank you. So I set up the multi-stream, so we're streaming on YouTube and on Twitch. But if I try to stream on more than 2 places, then they want me to pay a subscription fee. So we're gonna wait on that. That's, you know, if I start streaming more, then we have to rebuild the crew, you know, and get more people in here, and then I'll start multi-streaming and spending, you know, a little bit more money on the stream and all that. But we gotta rebuild the crew and bring back our friends slowly. Slow building process with the streaming. Oh, hello, Corey. Also, now I have an ultra crazy ultra wide monitor, so my chat's even farther away from my monitor, so I have to retrain myself to keep looking all the way to the right. Actually, I already scaled up the chat so I can see you guys more often, interact with you good peoples. I'm gonna do. This pieces usually go all the way across, so going off by our California parking. That. So guys, delete it. That. Select line here. So ungroup that. Deselect. Regroup. Copy. Shift. Move. New line on there. Regroup those guys. Work really fast now. Know all our shortcuts for grouping and ungrouping. Really important. And then we're have to guess a little bit. Little grouping, so. Oh. Regroup, delete, select. Little bit of a fatty for a parking spot there. We'll make the fatty be. Oh Christ! Make the fatty be all the way at the far end. Usually doing actual. So let's group it again. This guy. Nice little fatty spot. That's where I like to park whenever I go to the my white little car. I'm very far away from everybody else, so I don't get scratched by some asshole. Thanks for dropping by, waifu. We'll see you hopefully sooner than 8 years. I'll try and come back sooner. I promise. Promise. Man, that's a lot of parking spots. Are these guys fatter than these guys? Am I crazy? No, they're the same. They're the same. I'm crazy. Okay. Get a little. Make this guys. This could be great, I guess. And just be a little strip on this side. Have both. Did I? How about I show you guys? Oh no, I don't think it's gonna let me show you guys the game because OBS is not gonna capture it. I won't be able to make a new capture box for it. So the problem with UEFN, Unreal Engine for Fortnite Creative, is that in order to play test the map, I have to. It uploads my changes. It opens up Fortnite, creates a server for it. Then I download my own map, and then I join the actual server that they set up for it on their servers for me to play test my changes. In UEFN you cannot test locally, which is so goddamn frustrating. You have no idea, especially on our other map that we started with, our space map. It's like crazy dense with assets and meshes inside of the spaceship. So it takes me 13 minutes every time I want to place test something on that map. So the way that I need to work when I'm working on that map is I have to change, work on about 5 different things, and then, keep in mind what I want to play test, and then test all those things, at the same time, so I don't, waste hours per day on playtest, on waiting for the playtest. So this one here takes about 4 minutes to upload and download and actually jump in there to playtest. But I can actually do it because you guys won't be able to see it because OBS. That's a restriction on it now for some reason. Doesn't let me make new stuff. Because it's gonna be a new window it'll actually be the Fortnite window. That actually sucks. That's okay. Next time. Next time I'll have it ready for you. Time is it? 5:44 in the morning. Good lord. Why are you guys up? Do the yellow or do the yellow lines in the parking lot, like in the middle? Or just a white one? I don't think they do any, right? Just the arrows? Oh my god. To actually look up parking lots. Actually googling fucking parking lot right now. Give me the images, Googles. Well, I would show you the lovely images that I'm seeing from Google here in parking lots, but OBS won't let me. Oh yeah, okay, so the actual driving sections have 0 lines. Okay, that's what I thought. A bit of grass, some of the lines on the in and out. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Nice lines there. Okay, yeah, I actually got pretty close. 1545, Gruber. You know, the fact that you used like the 24-hour numbers, I already knew that you were somewhere in Europe. Belgium. Oh, dude, Belgium's awesome. I was there for a little bit. I think I was there for a day or maybe 2 days. Back when I worked at Digital Extremes, this was back. I worked with them in was it between 2001 and 2005 or 2006? Yeah, 2001 to 2006. 1 year we had we put out a game called Pariah using the Unreal Engine, actually Unreal Engine 3, I guess, back at, or 2, who knows, back then. And we had to do a press tour, and because I am bilingual, they asked me if I could go, and because we're gonna hit 7 countries in 2 weeks, and a bunch of the countries were, you know, Spanish speaking. So I was like, yeah, absolutely, I'll go. So we went and we did, goddamn, we did 7 countries in 2 weeks. So it was just madness the whole time. We're just traveling and doing presentations and talking to the media. And one of those places was in Belgium. Got to eat some delicious chocolate there. Well done on the chocolate, guys. Yeah, I imagine the game industry is really spread out in Europe, all over the place. Should you hit you, dude? It was 2004 or 2003 or 2004. I think it was 2003 even. When did Pariah come out? I think it was 2004 when Pariah came out. So yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah, it was a minute ago. Area is not gonna make a lot of sense here. Let me just copy this guy, see what it looks like over here with the spacing that I done. It's just weird. Yeah, see, it becomes a 1 lane on the left side there. But if I make this be this side, then this whole right side becomes another lane. You can't back out of that. Well, it's also facing the wrong way. Oh, I need to flip it. No, that doesn't work. God damn it. Wait. Nope. Nope. That's not wide enough for 2 lanes. What have I done? Maybe we do one of these guys and we put them on the left and left side. That probably would work. So we haven't gone that way, and we just don't put anything at the back. And on this side, we just do like a weird ass medium. This guy will just save. We'll reuse it for somewhere later, I'm sure. But now this thing's fat, a little fatty, and now this guy's skinny. Oh my god. You know what? We're gonna come back to this. I gotta think it out a little bit better. Maybe when I'm not streaming. You moved to Spain to join the outsourced company. What was the name of the outsourced company, if you don't mind asking? Because I actually, I hired an outsourced company a couple years ago to do some stuff that we needed done for some work. Be hilarious if it's the one that I hired. I think we used them about 3 years ago or 4 years ago, give or take. They're called Ophion, I think, if I recall correctly. But I'm gonna need windows on this side, I think. Grab some of these windows. I might have to scale them around though. Already. Oh, I hit T to grab my. Oh, glass and wall. Shift Alt. Add and copy. Don't need to rotate. Oh wait, they have a different inside. Wait, why are they different inside? Is that part of the object? It is. Okay. Hmm. Like this one last, it should give me my center. I can just rotate from here. Yeah, there we go. I have to regroup shit. The old workshop artists. Well, Peter, whose nickname on Steam and on the stream and everything, Abyss FX, he actually came to work with me and the company that I worked with after the Dota workshop. So I brought him along, and he's been, you know, he's hitched his wagon to me since the Dota days. And yeah, he's worked with me on there, and he's also been working. We started our own game together about 4.5, maybe 5 years ago, give or take. And yeah, he's been working with me on anything, any contract stuff that we do with some of the companies we work with, and then on our own game we're working together. And on this Fortnite experience that we're working on, it's just him and me working on this stuff, and we're doing that right now. Actually, I lied. We have a third guy that joined us to do some character stuff. So he's yeah, we have 3 people working on this Fortnite experiences for everybody. Now, if I scale this, there's no way it's gonna scale together. No, it's completely screw over all the glass. That's how it goes. Okay. So I'm gonna have to grab this glass and delete glass, and just redo these windows. Character should be able to fit through the big windows. Questionable about the other ones, but something I'll have to test later. Yeah, the Digitalist. He used to jump on the stream every now and then. And we do a little dual stream while he was doing some of the special effects for our Dota stuff. And yeah, we became best friends, man. He came out to my wedding, and he's moved back from Germany. He back to Bulgaria, actually, where he's actually originally from. He was in Germany finishing his architecture schooling back in the day, and then he did Dota and still stayed in Germany for I think a year or so after the fact. Back to Bulgaria. What is wrong with the spacing? Oh, I know what's. No, no. Catch it. Oh my god. Turn to snap. I'm so. It's gonna be close to the top of that one. Some of that, the rails though. I like how they're sitting on top of it. This is all custom stuff that the army guys put together on top of the helipad. There's some objective stuff that we're going to be doing later on for the second experience, where you have to get one of the key cards from one of the players that is currently holding the map, and if you pick up that card, you can go over here and then you can start taking over the mall itself. That's what's happening over here. It's obviously not even half built. That's where we're going with it. he was really into blacksmithing. You're right. He hasn't blacksmith since then, I don't think, but he's built some stuff. He's got a 3D printer now, right? So he's done a lot of that stuff. He made a Robin helmet, you know, from like the grown up Robin with the Red Hood Robin. You know, I don't know if you follow DC or anything, but yeah, he did one of those really cool helmets. And he's gonna be doing a Mandalorian one pretty soon, I think. Mando. Right, that works. I have a lot of placeholder stuff on this side. Stuff going through that I was like, maybe I'll use those, maybe I won't. We're gonna have a big war rig bus over here. There. We're gonna be having treasure chests that every so often randomize and unearthen with an earthquake and meteors that are landing all over the map. So we randomize the crap out of where you have to look for new chests for loot. This is like a survival map, right? So they won't be in the same place all the time. Should be. Oh yeah, Rick and Morty is awesome. Really enjoy the show. Even now, you know, it's a little bit different now with what's his face that left, but you know, I still enjoy it. It's not the quality is not at the peak, you know, that it used to be at, but it's still a wonderful, wonderful place to visit every time a new episode comes out. Oh yeah, thanks man. Yeah, the fog really came through. And check this out. Let me change this time of day here. Where's the moon? Oh man, really bright ones. Why? But it actually, and I'll show you this next stream, guys. But the time of day actually goes, the night cycle and day cycle is about, I think, 18 minutes, give or take. So you'll see the moon kind of like flying across, and you'll see the dawn and midday, and look how nice it all kind of balances out with all the crazy shit that I've had to put together to make this look proper, both at nighttime, daytime, and still hold the crazy fogginess of destruction and all the meteors we're gonna have falling live while you're playing the game. So you have all this ash kind of falling throughout already. Over here we have a tiny little meteor that already crashed down, and an unfortunate truck got hit by it. Yeah, I started making a couple of special effects already coming out. It happened to bust through the motel sign. And I actually built some custom lights over here that are kind of hidden, but actually pushing through. Let me put this back at 2.3. See some of the green light poking through with a hidden little light that I put on here with lights. And then if you start shooting the debris and stuff with the destructibles, you know, you actually start getting the actual light to come through all dynamically. So I'm building a lot of this stuff with dynamic stuff built, you know, thinking ahead of time for it. Like these lights, you know, they turn off during the day. All this stuff is destructible, so more light will poke through this light that you see there coming through here. Some secrets that'll be unlockable as you start playing the game. Yep. We're building a whole bunch of secrets into the map. It'll be a nice little thing for YouTubers and their followers to make videos about. They're pretty big with it, and TikTok and all the social media, right? Especially for Fortnite. Kind of thinking ahead of further a little bit. Oh yeah, UE5 is brilliant for lighting, and it's a whole other art form altogether. I have become really, really fast and experienced, I guess is the best word, with lighting with our own game that we've been building. You know, you guys won't get to see it for a long time, but after we do all the Fortnite stuff, I might be able to stream some of it and kind of start, you know, growing that community for that game later down the line. But I learned everything of lighting inside and out to make that unique look that we have for other game be as good as it got. So I'm bringing a lot of that knowledge into our maps here for Fortnite. So why this looks so dynamic. You know, it's the usual stuff that you see in Fortnite. You know, it's a little more cartoony. We're kind of, you know, because we have this like retro digitized little pixelated look going across our characters and the environment. The lighting being a little more realistic kind of blends everything together really, really nicely. The pixels got a little bit larger because I went full screen, but just so you guys can see it on full screen, because the screen is a little bit smaller when I'm in the editor, so it's making it, you guys are missing how nice and pixelated and retro the look is. A little closer to this, little exaggerated because again it's screen dependent, but look how beautiful those pixels are dancing around on the edges of everything. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Jump back out of it here. Let's bring some of this other trees over. That's the way I have over here. They're kind of full. So what I was trying to doing is putting more of the full trees. Well, the palm trees are in the front because we have the main palm trees happening here in the middle with this nice little built defensive structure for the front of the mall with some nice low light there and some backlighting on the other side. So you get nice little architecture tricks that I've been learning while building the maps for our other game too. And we have the palm trees running from the front, so it's kind of like, you know, feels kind of tropical, kind of strippy, LA-ish, you know. And then on the outsides we have more of like the normal trees, and then on the swamp area on the west side, no wait, yeah, west side of the map, we have this kind of groupy, swampy, viney trees happening down here with all the water. Ignore the floating tree, I just brought that one in. Secret. There's a sewer system. Oh, look at the pixels. Look at the pixels dancing back there. Imagine a horde of those zombies coming at you in this area. Have a good one, Schnips. Thank you for coming by, man. Hopefully we'll see you soon. 6 a.m. Oh my god. You know what, guys? I have to call it right here as well. This has been about my time when I've been logging off after working all day, all night, and then getting about maybe 5-6 hours of sleep and getting up and then going right back at the map so we can finish this as soon as possible. So I'll try and maybe stream a little bit tomorrow. Let's say around, I'm probably gonna wake up around 2, maybe at around, what is that? Maybe around noon. And I'll try to get some of the more technical work in, and then maybe 2-4 hours later I'll try to stream. So let's say maybe 5-6 p.m. I'll try to throw a stream you guys' way, and we'll try to get some more of our usual time and crew to come back, and I'll stream a little bit more of the creation of this map, and probably not do as long as streams as I used to do, where it was like 8 hours of streaming, you know, sculpting of characters for Dota. But I'll do shorter streams, and I'll do more of the art side and the building of things, and then I'll do the more technical things of the map, maybe off stream, maybe a little bit of a balance of two, but not too heavy on the technical stuff, because, you know, it gets into the numbers and a lot of testing, and, you know, I have to concentrate for those things, so then I drop the chat, and, you know, it doesn't become as good a stream for you guys. So I'll try to balance that so it's better for you guys to watch and for the stream to watch and all that good stuff. And hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow around 4 or 5 or 6 p.m. Pacific. Yeah, let's aim for that. And thank you so much for showing up, guys. I know it's been 8 years, but hopefully we can stream a little bit here and there more often, and you know, revive the stream. Thank you so much for jumping on, and we'll see you guys soon. Thanks, guys.
Extravehicular activity. That crater is about 1.3 kilometers distant from the Alcep site. Taking about 11 minutes to get there. And at the present time, this EVA is progressing very smoothly. We predicted that the Alcep site, based on the headings that the crew gave us from the lunar rover, is about 200 to 300 south and perhaps a bit southwest of the landing site.
Look at you, man. You're in the industry now. You're streaming. That's awesome, dude. That's what I like to see.
Some 4 hours, 3 minutes.
Good for you.
Extravehicular activity.
Have a good night, morning, wherever you are, I guess, in the world.
And
I'll see you in about
A1.
10 hours or so, maybe. Give or take.
On the possible
Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.
of extravehicular
Oh, you know what? Check this out.
situation
I was messing around. Where is it?
remains.
Let me see if this works.
We are doing the preliminary planning for 3 EVAs.
You guys hear that?
And at the end of this extravehicular activity, if
Did that work?
will continue to look good, we do have an excellent chance of being able to get all or part of that third EVA.
All right. Here, I'll leave you guys with this beautiful, beautiful music. You're welcome. Roll credits. End scene.